Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel for this week. We're back at KC Crusaders for Walk On Day. A special happy birthday out to Brandon of Squatch Squad, as we were here this last Sunday for kind of just his party. So it was a fun time. We played a couple of games. I had to leave early, but I captured a couple. Here's the first one of that day, and we're just going to be doing a little bit of a breakdown. And I'll be honest, I'm not here to get the most kills. I'm just here to play paintball. So this isn't going to be the highest kill game, just like my other ones. I'm just hoping to give you guys some paintball content, whether that's me getting the kills, whether it's some squad getting the kills, whatever it is. So as you'll notice as I start shooting here, I'll take a shot or two, and then I'll whack my magazine, and that's kind of to get the feeder to start pushing the balls back up. There's one or two of my mags of the hybrid mags that do that. So if you have an M17, you have these mags. I've read something somewhere where even if you can't really feel it, there's a lip on the back of the feeder ball or the feeder head, and you just got to sand that down a little bit.
Are they still in back?
And I kind of just got to say right off the bat,
Yeah.
I'm not an engineer. I got really mad at Super Games at one point when I was switching out the springs to my FSC mags because it just seemed so difficult. And it was like, I don't want to inadvertently ruin something because I'm not an engineer. I'm not a gun person. I'm not somebody who's familiar with how these things kind of work. So when I did the research to buy my gun, I bought my gun thinking that I would never have to tear it down. I've had the gun for 2 months, and I've had to tear it down. I haven't had to tear it down because something didn't work. The guns worked great, but like replacing the trigger and stuff like that, you know, you have to fully disassemble your marker, and I've done that, and it still works. I haven't had any major issues with it, so I did things right by keeping things together, and that's all I can say. If you're hoping to get in a Magfed paintball, and you don't expect to ever have to take apart your mags and clean them out or something like that, then don't get into Magfed paintballs. Stick with like speedball or something like that, where like cleaning out a hopper might be a little bit easier than cleaning out each individual mag, dealing with the spring and stuff like that. It doesn't take anything away from the game for me. Figuring all these things out, I'm kind of a tinker person, so it may kind of frustrate me. But I'm also learning something, and my motto's always been, if I don't know something, then it's worth it to take the time to learn it, essentially. So anyways, just that little tidbit, and we'll get back. You'll see that I'm kind of I've adopted this in a couple different videos when I know that I'm secure behind a certain spot where I can move a little bit more freely, and you'll see me kind of communicate with the guys around me for what I'm seeing. I'll shoot at what I think I can, but I'll stick behind cover, because I know shots are coming. I know people can see me, and being here for a minute, I'm starting to realize that like I'm not really able to play because my visualization of the field is just not that great. I can't see a whole lot. So we'll continue to just work with people as much as we can. Like this guy
I can't peek out this way. He's got a line on me.
Up to this little box structure, and beyond. He actually goes. He goes up to a couple more bunkers. The guy beside me ends up going off to the right, so I end up following him at some point. And that's where things start to get really interesting. But we'll get back to this. Most of this game we're focusing on a player or two players. That's mostly poking out of our left side of the middle blue building, that blue building in the middle of Bartertown there. And we're trying to get people to focus in on them, and I think we end up getting one of them at some point because we get somebody to get them to peek over on our right side of the building. But the match ends up getting to just that building. So it was kind of fun to move around the map to try to get over there. This is the only footage from my scope cam that you're actually going to get. For some reason, it's finicky when it comes to SD cards. I don't know. I bought the same type of SD card from Amazon and Fred Meyer, and the one from Fred Meyer, I guess the scope cam only takes about 2 minutes of video at a time before it decides that it can't do it anymore. Which is strange because it's the exact same rated card, exact same type of Samsung card that I got from Amazon. So it's just strange. But hopefully I've solved the issue going forward, and I'll have more scope cam footage, so sorry about that. But yeah, like we said, you see everybody's kind of moving over. The guy who was behind me went over to that box house that you see over to the right, and then you see him all the way on the far right at the other box house right there. And pretty quickly here, I fired out a couple of times. I'm trying to help him out, and I just get fed up and I go.
Left, sorry, left.
Wait for that to happen so you can watch some of this, but
they can see me. Gotcha.
I'm trying to tell him I don't know where those shots are coming from. So I'm trying to ask him, like, I don't see him. Do you see him? I think that's what the dialogue was. And he's like, yeah, he's back over by the tree. When I poked out enough, I felt like I was exposing too much.
He's still at the blue house too.
When I came over to the right side, lo and behold, here's this guy on blue. I'm going to take a couple shots at him. I need to work on my aim. I'm so bad. So now that I know he's back over by tree, I have a little bit more leeway in where I'm like moving out of, but I still don't have a clear shot. So you see me come back over to this right side a lot, and it's because I have a clear shot at what's going on over there. As I start to look around at the field, I notice that I can see a guy over there. It may not be very clear, you may not be able to see it on here, but I take a couple shots. I think I empty a whole mag and a half, going after the guy that I was just shooting at, because I could see just the shoulder of this like puffy windbreaker he was wearing, and I so desperately wanted to hit him, but I don't know if I didn't have the range, if I just don't have the accuracy. I'm gonna come back over to this right side and see my man moving over to the middle there. And at this point, I think the guy behind me is starting to shoot down range. If I take a look, pretty soon here, I make a move across to the right side. The guy who was in the tree, you can see now 2 bunkers up. Right here, I'm looking over at this guy. Like I said, I thought I could see just his shoulder peeking out. It was like this little part of a windbreaker. I was like, I think I can get him, but
back right bunker.
I didn't. I know I scared him because I definitely got a ball near him at least, but I couldn't get the ending shot. Saw somebody peek over from the blue building, so I'm kind of staying back behind my cover as much as possible. Couple more shots towards him, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this. At some point here, you're going to see an abrupt cut. I missed my transition, and that's just because I was switching out my air. I was noticing with some of those shots that my FPS was dropping, so I was like, I got to switch over my other tank.
Still at blue house! Still at blue house! Still trying, mid-blue house, still mid-blue house.
I'm gonna wait for fire this time if I learned anything from Super Game. Yeah, see, every time I peeked out over there, it's almost like he had a better line on me because he just had a line straight to that doorway of that building I'm in, because I look over and I try to take a shot at him and I'm blocked by that tree that's right there. So yeah, once again,
He
I favor
moved, he
over to this
moved.
right side.
He moved to the
I try to
right.
tell
Move
him
to
where
the
he's
right.
moving to. After he makes that move, and I do believe somebody at that blue building's already been out, I decide to make the push over.
We still have one in blue house.
Here's that cut. Yeah, I was reloading after I was changing my air. So take a look. Make sure everything's good on the left side. I'm not abandoning anybody.
One back bunker. Just sitting there.
So the guy who was behind me, you can see he's at the adjacent house there. He moves over, giving me some space to get over to this place over here. But he's around the building right now. As he comes back around, he's going to let me know that guy's still at blue.
Straight
He
ahead.
switched from trying to shoot over
At
on
that
our
yep.
left side to now shooting on the right side because he's seen us both go over. Plus, the guy that
Alright.
ran over to that side, I believe, is now out.
I hear him. I don't see him. can
At
see
this
you.
point in the game, I do not know how many people the No Band side had, but I think it was just us three. And outside of just trying to get this guy in the blue house out, we were just running out the time as I just waste 3 rounds into the side of that building. Oopsie. A couple more. At one point, this guy needs paint, but I'm not hopper fed, so I couldn't help him out. Sorry, dude. He asked for cover though, and when he gets cover, we switch spots, which actually kind of makes it a little bit better for us to
Oh, the one in mid?
push up a little
Alright,
bit
then
more
I'm
because
safe
now
right
we're
here.
on either side. So I take over and I start getting a little bit more aggressive. I look over at him. I see him peeking out. He's peeking over at me, so I decided to try to reload. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to reload right here. I'm going to get shot in my back if I try to reload right here. So I get back to more cover, reload, and the firefight kind of ensues until the end of the match at that point. So I'm looking to shoot through the building, get any advantage I can. I'm waiting for him to peek out at this point because I see he's not peeking out. I know he's concentrated on somebody else on a different part of the field. So as soon as he peeks out, I just rain a little bit of fire over at him. He does the same thing. So we're just peeking and shooting. But now I got my buddy in on it over here, and I'm gonna sneak around the other side of this building that I'm hiding behind, and kind of go up to this V. When we go up to this V, we realize that there's some crossfire from somebody else to the left on the map. I don't know who got him out, but he wasn't a worry for, the last minute, 2 minutes of this match. So again, and we see this guy peeking out. I just cannot get that angle in on him. He starts shooting back at me. I go to reload again, and the rest just happens. So here's the 3 of us left. He gets out because somebody's over there. Nobody pushes up on us after that, so I don't know whoever was shooting at
He's there, he's
my
there.
teammate over here was out, but I decided to take some time to just cover his back just in case I see somebody come around. I decide nobody's coming around. He's still shooting at this guy, so this guy must be like the last guy. Start taking a couple of shots, and then the match ends. I don't know if that ends up in a draw or if the team that had more players on the field wins, but we didn't get a definitive answer, so we just played it out until the end, and we'll call it a draw. Listen, if you guys like some of this content that I've been putting out over the last like month and a half or so, please like and subscribe. Do the alert bell thing. It'll really help me out. It'll help my squad out. But most of all, it'll help my brother out, who's on a weight loss journey himself. All these links to my squad channel and to my brother's Twitch channel will be up in my description. And as always, a special thanks out to KC Crusaders, who has remained open through the pandemic, but also gives us a great place to play and call our paintball home. So thanks everybody for taking a watch and a listen. Really appreciate your time and your viewership. Stay safe out there. Thank you.